I mean, aggressive and what have you scenes. Yeah, I let sort of just get as raw as they can, depending on the director and what they're opening to. I mean, you know, besides some of the, you know, action films, but what she was referring to with Tim McGraw, I mean, those scenes, we really kind of, the physicality in Friday Night Lights when he's beating the shit out of me was a combination between how far I'd let him go and how much Pete Bird, the director, was screaming for him to beat the shit out of me from the other room. You know, again, and Tim's, you know, sort of kind of, it was, are you sure? I was like, just let me have it. That's kind of how, you know, sadomasochistic I am as well. When Tim had to come down to the field, he'd come down and I don't think there was any, there might have been just a pop to the thing, and I just told him, pop me real hard in the face mask, I'll go down to the ground, pick me back up by the face mask and pop me down again. It's like, man, are you fucking sure? It's like, just do it. I don't know. I love that shit. I love. If there's nothing there, just see how you can flip the switch. You know, take it to its most intense, and then bring it down to its, you know, its feather touch of nothing. Like, how can you take it from one spectrum to the other and sort of see which one is more interesting? Other physical stuff is that. I've played every sport. I've had, you know, physical coaches my whole life, a lot of physical trainers. You know, I had roughhousing brothers and cousins, and soldiers as fathers and grandfathers and uncles, and so physical guys.
Thank you. Over here, did you have your hand up earlier?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Oops, sorry. I was just wondering, what's next for your music?
Well, we were, you know, I've been kind of on the road so much shooting that it's been unfortunate because we were going to put an LP out maybe around last June. I was shooting a film in Massachusetts and we couldn't really do the release justice. And then, you know, there was the strike, and then we were trying to finish one tune that's a duet I'm very excited about, and it's just kind of been held up. And so I just said to the producer the other day, why don't we put out another single? I think it will find its chance to come out here very soon.
Oh, sweet.
But I'll just say, we have so many, you know, wonderful songs that we're excited to put out. I'm very excited for what we do.
Cool. We are too.
But there's no rush.
Yeah.
And if you haven't heard any of it, pull it all up on Spotify. It's all, most of it is on there, and it's excellent.
Absolutely.
It's excellent. Who's next? Go, you, and then over here. Go for it.
Well, it's like, what's purchasing, like, something.
Shit, I'll be honest, a hookah. I don't even know why. I didn't, you know, it was like $200 and I never bought anything. I was finishing eating with a friend and I saw this majestic looking thing in a mirror or in a window in LA, and I think, you know, I think I might have called my mom to see if she could release enough money on my account to let me get it in there, and it just sat in the corner of the room. Sometimes it's not best to be honest about these things. About to think that that's what it was. It was a hookah that just collected dust.
Yeah, so you're talking about the water pipe, the hookah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Nowhere, like, I didn't even know where you could get the tobacco. I didn't know you had to put the charcoals on it. But now it's, look, I can tell you, after Iraq,
Oh,
I could.
you're an
I
expert
could
now.
five and dine everybody around a shisha.
Yeah,
That's what they call that.
you're just ahead of your time.
You know, and, you know, I mean, little spots like that over there. I mean, Jesus, you can't throw a stone without hitting a spot where 900 people are tucked into a room the size of Starbucks, just puffing away.
Yeah, it's a gathering place. Important decisions are made around a hookah, yeah, for sure. So not a bad purchase, for sure. Over here, where's your question?
Yeah, so you mentioned earlier kind of there's a lot of roadblocks they got run into when making the Legacy sequel, and they're kind of running into the different roadblocks from Ares. And so kind of what were some of those roadblocks and what were some of the challenges of filming a movie that, as you kind of put, was so high tech when you made Legacy?
What were some of the challenges? Just down to the suit. The suit was, you know, had really never been done before. It was made of this, you know, this high-tech foam rubber that had never really been, you know, worn before for a shoot like this. The lights were these paper-thin LED lights that, if you bent them ever so slightly, you know, they go out, they cost a lot of money, they were glued on. I have a lot of stunts, you know, and I do a shoulder roll and 3 of these lights four of them would break and go out. That means that I gotta stand over here, somebody's gotta unglue the lights very slowly, put the new ones on, and, you know, or take off a whole thing of the suit, but then when you put the next foam rubber suit on, you're very sweaty from the scene you couldn't finish shooting, and it goes on like, you know, that scene from Friends where David Schwimmer tries to put back on the leather pants. It was just a lot of suit stuff, and so you're doing the trial and error with a lot of this technology as you're shooting. And the funny, laughable thing is the last 2 weeks, almost all those kinks are flushed out. You know, oh shit! You mean we could have shot the whole thing like this? You know, but that's how it goes, and that's why I was really excited for going on to the next one. And look, with fate and good fortune on our old side, you know, we'll be able to see it.
Thank you. Who is over here? All right, we'll go over here.
So what was it like working with Jeff Bridges on Tron Legacy?
Man, Jeff, he was, you know, for me then, he was not only a mentor to the grid, but he was somebody that gave me the stamp of approval that you never had to cease with, sort of your wonderment and just your joy of life and your joy of living, and you're not taking things too seriously, and loving your family, and when you're working, to just work the hardest you possibly can. Never stop being creative, never stop being musical. Just, yeah, that was, it's, you know, Jeff Bridges is a way of life. So when you come across somebody that's that infectious, just about how you can suck the nectar out of life, and you know, not stress about insignificant shit, not be in pools of pity of this or that, but just kind of enjoy it, no matter the circumstance. You know, they're good eggs to have around, and I think everybody that's worked with them is you know, has that's rubbed off on them as well. You know, definitely.
Jeff Bridges is a way of life should be on a t-shirt. I think I just started an empire right there. Anybody else? Over there and then go over here. Yep.
Oh, is there any like genre you specifically want to try that you haven't, or a specific time in history or something like
Comedy.
Okay, I was actually asked that, but I was like, yeah, because I don't think you've really done anything that's been like not intense. I feel like
No, it's kind of, you know, these are going to be boring sort of answers, but yeah, a little something more of a comedy, a little something, you know, in the next few years, I'll make it my goal to have a little something, a little more charming, just one here and there. Then I can go back to the, you know, the compulsions of you know. Most of the time, I love taking on the film that maybe a lot of my peers were too scared to do, or you know, couldn't muster up, you know, the courage to do, or something. You know, I mean, I'm the guy that just got back from Iraq, but those ones are just why I do it. You know, it's the, you know, the funny ones and the charming ones that I mentioned, they'll come around. I mean, you know, it's some of these that you finish and you just know why they were the right one for that moment. You know, they just fulfill something far greater than the ideal film on paper has ever done. You know, the journey is what it's always been about. And so,
Thank you. Over here.
Tron Legacy toy line is like one of the coolest toy lines ever when I was a kid. Did Comicon ever give you guys like free merchandise from that time? It's like seeing it or
with the legacy toys. Yeah, we got sort of boxes of the stuff. I ended up just kind of, I gave a lot of mine to, you know, family that I thought would sort of really appreciate them more. Like, man, my brother's on a toy, ain't this crazy? But instead, you know, I give it to my brother thinking he'll appreciate it and be proud, and all of a sudden I get, you know, videos of his dog Llewyn humping it. Those are the paybacks I got for gifting toys. No, look, all of those ones. I get reminded about a lot of them just from coming here. You know, there's been a few occasions today where I was like, well, shit, I gotta go. You know, I'll have to make a call after and to Disney and say, well, why don't you resend the box? You know, they're special. And once again, from just having my little boy, you know, I finally remember what I should have held on to them for. Yeah. The videos were funny, I will say.
Any time for one more?
Absolutely.
All right, we'll go right here.
So you mentioned you work, is there any profits or contributors that you've managed to keep? And if not, is there any
That you can admit to.
And I would, yeah, I would usually, I would keep things here and there. I definitely, I know I kept some of the wardrobe from Friday Night Lights, some of the stuff from Four Brothers, but then I realized that I was not the right one to keep his wardrobe, because the pants to where the pyrotechnics were in my leg when I got shot up as Cracker Jack in Four Brothers, they had about 47 holes in them, and when I ran out of clean laundry, I would wear those pants around my leg. And so I figured that maybe I'll stop taking home the wardrobe. I wish something simple, like even the Tron stuff, they had to kind of hold on to it and kind of lock and key warehouse the stuff because it was all individually so expensive. Each one of those suits was $100,000, you know, and I mean, and so at the end of the day, maybe I could have gotten the baton, but it's fine not to. I'm better at keeping the things I intended to keep as gifts for myself more now than I ever was, and so thanks for the reminder. I'll keep more props for me.
Good question. Before we go, I know you got Tulsa King season 2 coming up. Is there anything else you're working on that you want to tell people about?
Yeah, there's a wonderful film. The Absence of Eden comes out next month. Zoe Saldana and I did. It's a special one, sort of dramatic. Another one, Baron's Cove. Me and Stephen Lang from Avatar did. That one's another drama it's quite gripping. It was fun for all of us to work on. This film from Iraq, we got this other season. There's wonderful things that are coming up right after.
Amazing.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, thank you. You'll be at your table all weekend? Yep, go visit. Thank you so much for everything. Garrett Hedlund, everybody. Give it up. Thank you. Everybody stand up and kind of get to the center of it. We're going to do a quick selfie.